everyone, I'm Alison and I'm part of this year's CIT class. I've been going to camp for like 6 years, I would say, and I'm kind of sad that I'm not going to be able to go this summer, but I'm trying to make the best out of it. I'm super excited to be a CIT this year, and I hope you guys are having a great summer at home and being safe. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to make some dream catchers, so I hope you guys enjoy. For the materials, you're going to need a bendy stick, some string, some scissors, and some beads, but those are optional. For the first step, you're going to want to put your stick in a circle position. Once you put it in the way you want, you're going to want to take your string and you're going to want to wrap it around the end of the stick so it will stay. Once you wrapped it around a couple of times, you're going to want to tie it to secure it. Once it's secure, you can cut off the excess string and stick. For the next step, you can take different colors and wrap it around the dream catcher. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this nice blue color, and then you're going to want to take your dream catcher. You're going to want to secure it where the other string was secured. So tie a knot. Once you've done that, you can cut off the extra string on the other side, and you'll be left with this long string attached. So what you're going to do, you can do this any style. It's your dream catcher, so it's up to you. But I'm going to do here, here, and across, and just do all sorts of patterns. And then I'm going to tie a knot where it ends. You're going to want to cut off the extra. And it will look something like this. Then you can add more colors too. I'm going to add this purple and do the same step as before. For the next step, we are going to be creating the string that's going to be hanging from any surface you want. So like you can hang this string from your bed nightstand or on your door or anything. So we're going to make this the hanging string. You're going to want to create any length you want. I'm going to do mine this length. I'm going to tie mine directly on to this gathering of string right here. Then I'm going to cut off the excess string. To make the loop, you're going to want to overlap the string like this and then tie it, the loop through the hole. So there's a little loop left. This loop will make it possible so the dream catcher can hang from anywhere. Then this part is optional, but I'm going to hang some beads from the dream catcher. So to do that, you're going to want to take a piece of string and cut it off. And then you're going to want to hang it from the bottom. And then you're going to want to tie the string to the bottom of the dream catcher. This is going to be my center string. I'm going to make 3 strings. And for those 3 strings, I'm just going to do the same thing I just did for this. Then you can start threading your beads in any pattern you want. Once you're done with your desired amount of beads on the string, you're going to want to tie a knot at the end of the string so the beads don't fall off. Once that is done, you'll have something that looks like this. I'm going to do the same process that I just did to the next 2 strings. This is what my final dream catcher looks like. It's hanging from my windowsill. I hope you guys enjoyed this activity, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Hey everybody, it's me, May, your new CIT. When I know it's crazy, the coronavirus and all, but today I'm going to show you how to sew. Let's get to it. Okay guys, so to start, we're going to need a clean space, our materials, and because we are using needles, a parent's permission. So, first you want to kind of like measure how long your fabric is. So then you can figure out how much thread you're going to need. So you want to remember to give yourself a little extra thread so you can do the tying parts. So this looks like a good size, so I'm going to cut it about here. Yay. Next, we want to thread the needle. So how you're going to do that is that you take the center of the needle and put a thread through it, which can be hard at times, but you just need to be a little patient or maybe ask the adult to do it. But as you can see, I succeeded. So next, we want to tie a knot around the needle, like so. So make a loop, pull the end through that loop, and hope that you succeed. There we go. Now we have made 2 ties with the needle. I'm just going to trim it up a little. There we go. No excess string. Just a nice looking needle. Next, we want to tie the end of the needle, which I accidentally just did. Okay, that could work. Okay, so now we're going to put our fabric together, and then with the needle, you're going to just, well, be careful of your fingers, of course. You're going to take the needle and prick the fabric like so. And then you want to prick it from this side and go into the other side. And then you want to keep doing so. Then you want to keep doing so until you have made enough stitches to hold the fabric together. Well, because I'm running out of thread, now I'm going to show you how to tie off a stitch. So to do that, you just want to create a loop. And I can finish this later, but for everyone who's not always, for everyone who doesn't always have the time, I'm going to show you how to tie off a stitch now. So you can always pick it up later, just by redoing all the process. What you want to do, you want to just create a loop, make a knot, create another loop, and just make more knots until it ends up working, or at least until it's big enough that you believe it won't pull through the fabric. And now we have sewn just a little bit together when I could complete it, but I only wanted to sew it to the point where you understood what was happening. And for this extra string, you can always just cut it. And now, yay, you know how to use a needle. Kind of.
Hi, I'm Morgan, and I am one of the CITs this year on this online camp program. I have been at camp for 5 years. This would be my 6th, even though we're at home. So I'll be giving a tutorial on how to make moss gardens. And example is this. I made it before. You can see the plants are kind of dying. So I'm just going to fix it up a little and hopefully, you know, give you some instructions on how you could do this activity yourself. Be careful around like plants that may be dangerous, but anyways, it's mainly just going outside, putting some dirt in a container, spicing it up with some leaves, plants, branches, you know, some moss, you know, to make it like a living thing. But mainly, if you do it outside, you're going to be picking up dead things like tree branches that have already fallen down, you know, it's like a little fairy garden. Things you might need in this project require a container if you want to do it inside in an enclosed moss terrarium, or you could do it outside in like in your yard or something, but you'll need some dirt. You can use activated charcoal if you want if you're using plants from like a greenhouse or something. So you're going to need rocks, which is the first layer, a layer of moss, and this is if you're making like one kind of store-bought. You could also do this yourself, but I would recommend putting rocks on the bottom, and you're going to cover it in soil. and then you're gonna place all your plants and everything. You can see here I didn't have any more rocks, so I put activated charcoal, which is also an ingredient, in this one. It just helps the plants live longer and stuff. It's like a fertilizer. And I have moss here, and I have the soil. And I bought plants from a greenhouse, and that is what I put on top. So, and then at the very, at the end, I put decorations. Like, I bought these cute little miniature figures, which just makes it, you know, look a little prettier, looks fancier. So you can add that to it at the end. I'm gonna wash mine off at the end and put them in. So I'm about to go into the woods. I'm going to hopefully flatten that out, and I'll show what I'm picking up from the woods. Please just be careful with what you're doing, and please don't try and destroy nature. Just try and find things that are already on the ground, like a stick here. That could be a nice decoration, and it's already there, so it's not like I'm taking anything. Try not to fall in this hole. I would say just go outside, take some sticks, leaves. Just the most important thing to remember to have is soil and some rocks. So when you water it, which I would water it probably once every 2 weeks, depending on what you have. If you have plants, I would say once every 2 weeks. If you just kind of have like leaves and sticks, I'm not sure if you have to water that, but definitely have some soil and rocks, and if you could get some moss in there, that would be a good material to have as well. And just try and keep it basic. If you're just going outside, you don't have to be too crazy. You know, there's this bunch of mushrooms going up this tree. So, what else do I say? I will show you the finished product. I'll record some of you just like taking moss and things so I can show you. So here's the actual finished product. I added the little figurines and stuff. I put the rest of the things from out in the wild that I didn't need back where it belongs. And I'm going to put some water in it, and then I'm going to place it and cover it up. So it makes its own little ecosystem, and air will come in. It will do its thing. It will survive. I hope you have fun making it. Thank you for watching this. I'm glad I could be one of your CITs this year, and I'm hoping that we can come back and do some fun things next year.
Hi, my name is Rory. I'm a CIT and I've been at camp for 8 years. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make masks using a sewing machine, and make sure that to get your parents' permission before using one. And the things you'll need are some pins, some scissors, 2 7-inch elastics, or you could cut a hair tie, or two 6x9 pieces of fabric. Okay, so the first thing that you're gonna do is you're gonna put the right sides of the fabric together like this, and then you're going to take one of the elastics, pin it like towards the inside like this. So put it inside and then take a pin and pin it. And then you're gonna do that with this end. Like that. Then you're gonna do that with this side. Once you have that done, then you stick some pins going around the edges, like so. On this side, on this end, you're going to leave 2 pins facing out like this, so that there's a gap. Now we're ready to sew. So a good tip is to put painter's tape on the plate to help you guide as a guideline. So you're gonna start at this needle that's pointing out, and you're going to sew around the edge and put the foot down. Yep. Maybe one there. Good. Pivot. Oh. And then we're gonna stop at this pin. Pull it out. And then you'll pull it inside out. And then, yep, use your fingers to poke out the corners. And then we're going to finger press it. Okay, once it's all pressed, we're going to sew it again on the outside, but keep it close to the edge. Yeah. Great. So what you're going to do next is pleat it like this, where you take your fingers and then you fold it over onto itself like that. And then you're going to pin it down. Like that. And then do it again. Now we're going to sew these two ends back and forth. Now you're going to cut all the loose threads off. Okay.
And there you go.
And you're done.